This is the 2016 Non-Touchbar MacBook Pro, the first Apple laptop that I've owned for a long period of time. That, I think, gives me a unique perspective. And now it's been 2 years. Has it held up? What do I think of it after 2 years? Did it break down at all? Would I recommend the newer version of this laptop to anyone in the market for one? Based on my own experiences, of course. Well, let's find out. This isn't a review on the Pro. If you want that, I've already made 2 or 3 different videos on the subject. This is more of like a recap to see what's happened over the past year. Many reviews don't focus on the long term of owning a device and instead just the initial first month or 2. This is for long term. I feel like this sort of information would be helpful to people who are looking at the newer model or trying to buy a used model of this. Anyway, let's dig into it. This MacBook Pro has been my daily driver and I have abused it to death. It goes with me everywhere, every day, for at least 6 hours of usage every day, and I mean it. I use it constantly. That means it's seen its fair share of drops, me eating around it, spitting during video chats. Ew. Disgusting. My point is this: think about everything that could possibly happen to a laptop in daily everyday use. Well, this laptop has probably been through it. Anyway, let's just get started talking about the positives. The laptop's body is still intact even after all the major falls it's had inside of my backpack. Everything about the MacBook Pro still works fine. The keyboard still types, the speakers still sound good, and the screen looks as great as the day I first bought it. So the structure of the device withstood the test of time, and it looks to stay that way for a while. The rubber little feet on the bottom of the MacBook still look well intact and not too worn down, despite me dragging the laptop around a lot. And I mean a lot. The Pro even runs almost as well as the first day I bought it. I noticed the things I do end up lagging, which isn't often though, especially on day-to-day tasks. Games don't run amazing on this thing, but you'll be fine if you play casual games on the lowest settings. This isn't a gaming machine, it's not supposed to be. Just don't expect to play the new Call of Duty or something on this thing, even with boot camp. You're crazy. Get a dedicated gaming machine. I edit all my videos on this thing using Final Cut Pro, but my workflow isn't all that difficult, isn't all that demanding, so your mileage may vary. There are, however, a couple of minor imperfections that you don't notice on the surface level when you first buy the thing, but you will notice over time that may end up annoying you. These are a few nitpicky things though. For one, your fingerprint oils will transfer over to the key. Basically, when the machine is brand new, you get this nice matte clean look to the keyboard, but over time when fingerprint oils start transferring over to the keyboard often, you get this wet, shiny look to it in different angles and lighting. It's pretty nasty, but it's pretty common on laptop keyboards and even some desktop keyboards. Okay, fine. Minor setback, right? Every keyboard has that issue. Well, for this laptop in particular, when you have fingerprint oils on the keyboard and close the lid, sometimes the fingerprint oils will actually end up on the display as well, because I think the keys are touching when the lid is closed and create a strange outline of where the keys are. It's like a weird little imprint. It happens sometimes and only if you don't clean it for a long time. But hey, at least it can be cleaned with a breath of air, a microfiber cloth, and a little bit of water. Plenty of people have terrible things to say about the butterfly keyboard, and I'm no exception. At one point, every time I pressed a V, it gave me 2, 3, sometimes even 4 Vs. That's 3 too many Vs. And on a different occasion, the spacebar felt weird every time I pressed on it. But somehow these occurrences, these situations, resolved themselves. They disappeared. So if you're trying to buy used and that sort of situation scares you, I really recommend looking at the new 2018 MacBook Air and MacBook Pros. They have a new butterfly keyboard that solves those issues. Plugging cables into the USB Type-C port slowly wears down the area around it. It starts chipping a little bit, but that's pretty common. I mean, you're gonna be plugging things left and right. It'll end up a little bit scratched up, but it will especially be scratched up if you do stupid experimentations by trying to plug your MacBook Pro into a Nintendo Switch dock. Yeah, I was stupid. It didn't work. Let's not talk about it. If you're doing intense things like exporting video or playing casual games, the laptop's fans will rev up pretty fast and the machine will get hot pretty quickly. This used to be pretty uncommon even while using Final Cut Pro to edit my videos, but lately it's become a little bit obnoxious. But I'm proud to say that the fans don't really rev up when you're doing basic things like surfing the internet. For daily use, it doesn't really get hot, just warm. And my last complaint, batteries. Apple rates their batteries for 1,000 cycles. Within that, they say you shouldn't lose more than 20% of your battery capacity. That means charging your laptop from 0 to 100 1,000 times. I have around 600 cycles and, well, battery life just feels short. I feel like I've lost more than 20% of my battery. But then again, this model in particular has a battery recall going on, and my models are one of the ones affected. So it may change when I turn it in and they replace the battery. I really suggest checking out this recall situation, especially if you own one of these machines. Apple will fix it, and hopefully our battery life gets better. When I turn mine in, I'll probably do an update video to see if the cycles are actually consistent with how much charge you're supposed to lose. Overall, I'd say this laptop's living a good life. My last $1,000 plus laptop didn't work this well after 2 years. So I'd say this machine has been great up to now. I really like this machine, and I can see myself using it for a couple more years before even considering upgrading to a brand new one. Anyway guys, what do you think? How do you feel about this machine? Does it tempt you to buy a newer version, buy an older model, or are you looking at something else altogether? Leave that down in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, and well, don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you guys next time.